Hello everybody, welcome back. We are continuing on our envelope journal with the replacement or the replaceable journal pages in the middle of it. Last time we were together we made this flip up, flip down page, and I just want to show you some of the things that I did and the ways that I made it while we were here last. So this was the traditional one. It's got the little up flap, the down flap. It's got a little belly band. You can put something right there if you wrap that around. And then it's got things tucked behind. Okay, so that was the traditional one. This is one that I made a little bit different. It has the up and the down, but as you can see, I made the bottom part wider than I made the top one. So they don't match identically, and so it creates more of a collage type feel because of that. So I have that flipping, and then instead of the belly band, I put a little flip that way, and then this one's just kind of laying down at the bottom. Got a doily there too. So I like how that turned out. I just wanted to try something different. That's a nice thing when you make multiple books at once. You can try different things and kind of see what it works out like, you know. It gives you the courage to do that. So this one flips. And right here what I did, I took, this was one of those, what are those called, those cards? Little 3x5 cards. Not 3x5, whatever it is, 2x3? Anyway, I made a little pocket. I put glue right here so that these pull out at the top. So I did that instead of the belly band on that one. I thought that turned out nice. This is the Heidi Swapp paper. This is another one that I made. I made this centerpiece part with the reproduction of that postcard, large enough so that it kind of was framed within the two flaps of the up and the down. And then I did the traditional belly band in the middle. And let's see what I've got here. I think this is a traditional one. Yes, it's got the belly band, and I covered up the top and the bottom with the little lace parts. And then the last one is a Santa one. I'll be doing more embellishing to this. I did put a little cute little kid down there. Anyway, if you have a paper that has a distinctive image on it, that works out well for cutting it for that top flap. And that's what I did on this one here. So today what we're going to work on, let me find them, is the next page right here. And so that would be this pocket. So it's got a collage pocket with little tucks on the inside. We have the lace at the top and the lace at the bottom. And then we have little paper clip clusters. If we have a time, we're going to work on that today. Let me show you a few of the other ones that I've got ready. I've got this pocket here. Little tucks and little clips. This is the original. Just taking the little scraps that you've got and creating a little collage work. And let me see if I have one more. Nope, that was it. So let's get going and working on our new one. Okay, for this you're going to want to cut a piece that's 2 inches by 6 3/4 inches. The goal is to have it just a little bit shy of the two tops of the top and the bottom of the page so that you can see a little bit of the image. Then you want to cut one that's about 1/4 inch thick and the same length. Now if you want to, it's a matter of preference, you can make this piece to go the full length of the page, so that would be 7 inches. It's really up to you. For this, the reason for this tiny little piece right here is as you make your book, you're going to notice that it has that slant part right in here, kind of the bulging part. If you were to put a pocket or something there, you're going to be fighting with the paper needing to move. To get around that, what we're going to do, we're going to cut this piece and we're going to place it not right to the bottom, a little bit farther up, but we're going to place it kind of on that crease area. Something that is just going to stay there for looks and take care of the problem that we would have potentially had. Okay. Go ahead, put that down and make it even. So this is the piece that's going to go right above it. This is the one that I chose. What we want to do before we lay it down is take a coffee filter and make the ruffle out of it. To make the ruffle, we're going to cut down maybe about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. It might be closer to 3/4 of an inch, but something like that. I don't measure it, I just kind of cut around at kind of a uniform height. I want it, the height of it to be enough so that I can have it tucking underneath and have a little bit sticking out. So let's see what I've got. It's about a 1/2 inch. So what do we want to do is just turn that over, put a row of glue, and then start laying this down. It's just the same technique as before. You're going to kind of make the little accordion parts and lay it on the glue. So when you lay it on the glue, you're going to have like 1/4 of an inch sticking up. You're going to have half of it below the line there, and then half of it just going up above. So it's right in the middle. So grab your middle piece, make some crinkles, and then find what looks to be the middle of your piece and lay that down. And then do the same again, find the middle piece, some crinkles, and then it just kind of makes it so that you have some evil ruffles along the way. Not that it'll be perfect, and it's not supposed to be perfect. This is supposed to have more of a rustic kind of feel to it, where it's not perfect. Like it's blowing in the wind. Okay, so once I've got all those laid down, I like to go back. Like, see, there's a big chunk right there that's kind of sticking out. Can you see that? And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down, and I'm going to push that down to hold in place. So, like that. Okay, now that I have that, I'm ready to lay it onto the page. I'm going to lay this in a C shape. So I'm going to take the glue along the top and the bottom, and then along the bottom edge. That'll make it so that I can tuck my wonderful little pieces in. And to make sure that I have room, I'm going to take some pieces that I have right here and tuck them in. Not all the way down and not close to the sides, because I don't want glue to get on them. But I do want to have some give to my little envelope area. Alright, now that that's dry, I'm going to remove that. Take a little bit of paint, and I want to just kind of create a little distressed feel to the paper right here, just to break up the brown. So almost as if there's a little snowstorm, if you will. But actually, I say snowstorm, but I also use this on my other ones that have nothing to do with Christmas or snow. It just breaks up the brown. It just creates a little bit more interest. So I'm even putting just a little bit on top of my red right there. Okay, now what I want to do is make a ruffle on this edge. I'm going to take the same doily, not doily, there I go again, same coffee filter, cut it out, and use the same technique that I used on the other edge to get it placed. Okay, here's a card that I cut to put in there. I'll be doing other things. I might cut it a little bit shorter too. I haven't decided if I want it that close to my edge right here. Here is a little piece of paper. What I want to do right here is do some collage work to create a little bit more interest. I can cut out a strip, but for this one I think I'm going to fussy cut it. Not all that fussy, mind you. And I'm going to place this piece in the corner to get it going. So it gets a little bit hidden in there with all that busy work of this patterning. So I want to make sure to put my distress edging on it to make it pop a little bit more and make it able to be seen. like that. I think also I'm going to put a little cheesecloth behind it just to make it pop a little bit more. There's a nice little strand. Okay, in addition to this one, I cut some other pieces that I want to use. This is some of the silver, what's this actually called? Mesh that I picked up at the dollar store a while back. And I really like it on this because it's a Christmas one and it just gives that feeling of like tinsel on a tree. So I am going to use that one right here on this piece. All right, I did decide I wanted that one smaller. It was causing too much of my eye and attention to go here instead of right over here. That's where I want the eye to go. So I'm using glue gun to put this on. Just laying a little bit down for it to catch. I don't need every single part of it put down. So laying this over the top, and I cut my netting to fit the shape of that piece. So, a little there. So I want a little more at the top where this tree's going to stick out. Okay, so I cut this so it's a little bit more angled. It's got an angle right here. So it's, to me, when I see it like that, and then I'm going to put an angle one down here. And to me, when I look at it, it looks uneven, like a snow drift or something like that. So I get the impact of all that silver just as a back highlight. A little there to hold it down. Then I'm going to try this. I found this Santa in the paper too. I thought that would look cute. So I'm going to glue him down right about here. And then it would be nice to have another card behind there still. I'm going to pick something a little bit more neutral. There we go, that's better. So, do the lighter at the top. One other card sticking out there would be good. Okay, I found a little scrap that I think will work nice. It has some greens in it, and also the brown, just kind of natural. And with a dark color like that, it kind of grounds it at the bottom. Okay, so that's how you make that page. Now we're going to work on a clip cluster to put on this side. You'll need just a normal paper clip, and this is just a scrap piece of paper. You want to fold it in half and put it in your paper clip. It needs to be long enough to go the length of the paper clip, and it needs to be wide enough to catch the glue from what you're putting on top of it. So I'm going to place that on my paper right now and kind of play around with what I think I might want over here. I found this. This was an edge piece from my paper. I thought that might be a nice thing to tuck behind this side. And I think I would want it about like that. Maybe a little bit smaller. Oops. It would go under like that. That's better. This is the cover of the paper, and I have these little images. I think that one would be really cute there, so I'm going to cut that out. That works perfectly there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my hot glue gun. You can also use your wet glue. And what you're going to do, you're going to lay your glue down at the top, and then you're going to place your piece right over it. So all of the glue was caught And now you've got the little cluster right there. So this one I can still add something to it. But if I want to leave it just like that and tuck things behind it, it works really well like that too. So like, let's see what I've got. Just kind of hanging out around there. What about something like that? Picks up the green. I like it. So I'm going to go ahead and take my corner punch away. Got some corners. Now you can see the white a little bit more by putting that there. And if I put this at the top, it brings the berry in a little bit. Just a smidgen of a piece, but it's nice. It would be cute maybe with just a little piece of a stamp. Let me see if I have a brighter red. It's my little stamp box. Here's a good one. So if I put that on the bottom like that, just gives the feel of mail being sent and with Santa. Let me see. Teeny tiny smidgen up there. I like that. Just enough for the eye to catch and for the color to be in one more spot. I think I'm going to put this in this corner right there. I like how it just captures a little bit more. There we go. And then you want to make sure everything can move in and out. Perfect. I'm going to turn this page. I still need a top piece to put over this. Make sure my glue doesn't go over that edge. Perfect. And I like this along that edge line there. Just brings a little bit more color. A little more boldness for your eye to see. Using one of these little pieces again, I want to use that 25. So I have this little hole punch. This is a 1/2 inch. And I think it's perfect. Get a little netting, cheesecloth, and that is good to go. Okay, so that is how you do these parts. What we're going to be working on next is the last part, which is the cover. So I look forward to seeing you next time. I hope you enjoyed making this portion of the book. And we are in the home stretch and just about done. So have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye.